Hello, everyone. I do apologize for being tardy. For whatever reason, I'm having some kind of issue or whatever. StreamYard was not letting me in or whatever. Looked like I might need to um, redo my device or whatever. But now I see myself over here. This is crazy. Okay, hold on just 1 second. Let me see. Can I go over here and get this right? I don't be knowing what I'm doing. Oh. Oh. Yeah, I don't be knowing what I'm doing. But anyways, I came here tonight for us to have a conversation about what it's like to have six raising six children. I mean, look at me, six children. I'm all over the place. 14 children. Long six been long gone, long time ago. But anyways, hey Callie and hey Miss Coffee. How y'all doing on this night? I am very prepared to go to bed after this. But it's so much going on. My mind is all over the place. But I am dealing with so many different things that got to do with my kids. And I swore like that's good to know that all is well. Good. Um And you would think, when your kids were small and everything, you always thought, oh my gosh, you tell them, I can't wait till they're able to do this, and you can't wait till they're able to do that. Then when they're able to do those things, you like, I wish you would sit down somewhere or whatever. But it's like, I always thought that um, once kids grew up, that it get a whole lot easier, and it does not work that way. At least I haven't gotten to experience because I feel like at this time in my life is like I was waiting on my kids to to like turn 18, and I never really looked for any of them to move out in my in my mind. um you imagine them one day growing up and having their own family and being on their own or whatever, but not like you ain't like hoping and wishing for the day that whatever. But anyways, I can be all over the place with this conversation because I'm everywhere with those 14 people's situations. So I mean, it's like the hardest thing. And I'm trying to figure out my computer issue and hold on to this device. I want to get on my computer, but for whatever reason, and I don't even come on here and try to pretend like I just know everything. I'm learning this stuff as I go, playing around with these computers and stuff. So but anyways, I expected that once they got older, Miss Coffin, no, I didn't. And it's actually a little button down here telling me that I need to I need to restart the computer. But what it was saying was that my it says my sound and my camera and my mic is not connected. So anyways, I just got on my phone and I'll hold it and make it do what it do. It's, but I'll tap on it every now and then to see can I get it to come back up before, and then I'll switch back to it. But there are so many different things going on with so many different ones of my kids. Okay, okay. Let me. While Miss Coffee is willing to help me, y'all, please, be patient with me. So, plug both in, clean it, and then reboot. Okay, then. So that should I just wait until after I finish this, Miss Coffee, and then try and do it, because plug in into the internet work before then Wi-Fi. Let's see. Now how am I showing face on here right now? That's weird. Thank you, Callie. I don't know how Okay, there I am. Hey, y'all. Okay. Thank you, Miss Coffee, for that. I really do appreciate that. And now it's going to act like my Wi-Fi is down or something like right now. Okay, then we going to get these minor difficulties in order. But okay, let me say hi again, and get back on task. Okay, so there is so many things going on right now with a lot of different kids, and I know it's not the kids' responsibility, but I'm not talking about the little kids. I'm talking about the adult kids that have left home. They have their own kids and all of that stuff. I think they have like this concept inside of their minds is like, actually one of my daughters sent me a video that they have going on TikTok where this girl is like making a video and she's saying, "Listen, mom, when I call you, you need to answer my phone, because like she the most important thing it is in the world." And when I looked at it, it made me laugh. But thinking about it, kids they actually feel like that once they leave home and it's them by themselves. Because I got kids, and some of them in other states, some of them in different places than I am. They don't live near me. But I think they get this concept inside of their mind that they the only one that exists, and they forgot that they mama done raised. I'm raising 14 children. I have 14 children, however you want to say it. But the majority of my kids are adults right now, and I only have 3 babies at home. But when I tell you, I feel like I am cheating the 3 babies, because I feel like I'm being pulled in 500 different places with all of these adult children. And this is one of the bigger issues is, I'm good for you to call me and ask for help. Miss Coffee, you're asking me how many that I gave birth to, right? I had 9 kids. I gave birth to 9. One of them passed away. So 8 that I gave birth to, and the rest were family members, kids. But I usually don't even give that many details. My kids is my kids. Me and my husband did the work. We didn't have no outside ones that came and wanted to let me take them off your hand for X amount of time. No, they were our kids. They were in our house and never left there. You understand what I'm saying? So that's been a dispute before, is like people telling me that my kids are not my kids. Well, baby, if you ain't never showed up one day and you ain't do nothing and you ain't provide for them, you wasn't up at nighttime helping with homework, you wasn't up ironing no clothes, you wasn't washing no clothes, you ain't cooked no meals, baby, you was the person who gave birth, but you was not the one that was mama. I am mama. Okay, I'm sorry I went off on that rant, Miss Coffee, but sometimes going through the things that I done been through in my head is like it take me to a place when I start thinking about some of the things I went through. In this area right here in my life is like I'm so full and I can ramble on and on and on. So let me keep on checking over here in the chat to see what anybody say. I hope you get all the legal entitlements for them. Callie, even with, and we just having a conversation. This is kind of like us parents get to vent, kind of. So I don't have one set thing because there are so many different things going on right now, that it ain't easy to just pick one. It's just like you ask the right question and it'll be all over the place. Even in that, Callie, a lot of them, I never tried to take away their parental rights. I never put any stipulations that they couldn't see their kids or no nothing. But let me tell you what happened when you raise family members' kids. They get to do this thing is like where you can be the one doing all the work. And because they feel guilty, and I'm choosing my words really carefully because I don't want any guilt on any of the parents that gave their kids to me. The problem is when you're in it and you know that you bought your kid to me and you gave them to me and asked me to do something for you. Is it too much to ask that? If somebody out in the streets want to know where your kids are when you run into them, is it too much to ask you don't got to make up a story and lie on me because you are not doing what it is that, and I'm not saying what it is that they're supposed to do, because if I took on the job, I took on the job to do it, and I'm going to do it. And I'm not going to be calling you, asking you for this, that, and the other if I accepted the job. But it's the things like everything you do, it's got the little whispers out in the air that you got this family member saying, oh, you don't let her come and see her kids. You keeping her away from the kids. You listen to the kids' phone conversations. You do this and you do that. You can't never hear anything good that they saying. And I know that it's not because they don't appreciate you, but nonetheless, it still gets aggravating because I understand that they're out there telling their story the way that they're telling them, because who wants to walk up to somebody and say, do you want to no. Okay, I don't know what just happened just then. Do you want to hear that everything that they have to talk about, it's all wrong? I understand that you don't want to have to tell nobody. And even this sound crazy telling, because why can't you just say to a person, I placed them somewhere where I felt like they were going to be safe and somebody was going to take care of them, so they're in good hands. You can't never come up with something like that. It always have to be the worst of the worst. And then when you it's called being a parent and projecting your babies. Kelly, explain that just a little bit more, because I don't want to pretend like I understand. I just know how family can be. And yes, they all family, so it's like you can't hey, Growing with Hudson, thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us. It just can get frustrating. I don't be angry about it, because I'm going to stand on the truth regardless of whenever I'm there, whenever I'm face to face with a said person. But it doesn't take away that it's irritating all at the same time. And then, oh my goodness. Hey Mo, how you doing tonight? Thank you for joining us. Let me tell y'all, there are 1,000 things going on in my mind. I'm getting phone calls from here. Listen, the one son and the girl that I'm going through, I'm still stuff is still going on. The charges against my son have been dropped, but because he was already on probation or whatever, he's still sitting there even after the charges have been dropped, and he possibly looking to sit there for a minute before, because things were backed up over the holidays. So sometimes when those little things keep being dumped on top of you, you have to start to do things that you really don't want to do, and one of the things you thought you would promise to yourself. These things start to get overwhelming. And then on top of it, when you're trying to give the kids advice on saying things, on whatever the issue is that they're going through, they'll listen to what you say and want to talk your ear off and get all of your information. And then you find out that all the information they gave to you, they haven't taken any of it and applied it to anything that they're doing. So then when they continue to do it in the way that they do it, and then you kind of looking at them like, okay, well, what you want me to do? Because I've given you everything that I know how to give you. And right now it just feels like you're coming to dump on me. And I'm to a place where my cup is runneth over. So even though you don't want to walk away from your kids, there's a season, I believe, and it's open. I'm open for a conversation, because I like people who ask questions and think outside the box or whatever. But I literally, where I am in my mind right now, and for my own sanity, I got a truth that's boiling over on the inside of me so big, and I want to drop it respectfully. But I'm in a place right now, and I gotta be true to myself and say it just the way that I feel it, because if I don't, then I ain't gonna feel like I got it out. I feel like I'm so ready to drop some truths on some of these kids' heads. And at this point, and then I'm gonna say it anyways, because I already there's a short that I made already. And my kids know when I make certain videos or whatever, I'm specifically talking to one of them. And it just resonates with other people when I say it. But I'm ready to drop these truths to these kids. And I'm willing to do whatever it is that I got to do to have peace in my life. And at this time, whatever it hit and however it dropped, and if they don't ever in their life want to talk to me again,
One thing that I do know is, baby, I did my job. I absolutely did my job. Did I do it perfect? Absolutely not. Those flaws, I'm even willing to talk about those too. But baby, I don't owe you anything else. I done did my job. I did my job. And now then when they start to see the evidence of everything that you've been telling them about, and now it's slapping them in the face, now they want to cry to you and blame you for everything. And I'm like, oh no, hell you ain't. I ain't taking none of that. And so there is some things coming, and tomorrow may be that day when everything blow up. I don't know what it is. All I know is I'm praying over myself and I'm asking God to govern my mouth and allow people to say whatever it is that they need to say and get it up off of their chest. But I ain't gonna be nobody's punching bag. Kids, no kids, whatever. Because at this point, I feel like my older kids I am not even as focused on my 3 younger kids the way that I focused on them. Because see, my kids that's already grown and stuff, I went to school with them. I knew every teacher at the school. I knew every move they made. I was going to school with these kids and stuff. My kids that I have now, it's like I'm so overwhelmed with all the different things that's happening. And then when you take on other kids, family, and I'm gonna look into the chat, y'all, but I just feel like I gotta get some stuff up off of me. When you raise other people's kids, you have to understand other people's children come along with things that you didn't already have inside of your house. If you understand what I mean, if you're a parent, you know what I'm talking about. You can have a kid come and spend the night over your house that will bring spirits into your house that you didn't have there already before. Now I'm here to tell y'all, I always tell y'all, Shauna be all over the place. I could be telling you one thing 1 minute and then jump on to the next one because I'm just that fool. But I'm telling you, here come tomorrow, it may be explosive. Nobody in my family may not want to deal with me no more. And guess what? I am in such a place that I don't even give a damn. I don't care. At this point, I'm ready to cut all of them completely off. And that does not mean that I don't love them. But I'm human too. It seems like kids don't know that at some point. And maybe part of that is my fault because I've always put myself on the back burner and pretended like I don't need anything. I didn't pretend. I just didn't feel like I needed anything. I didn't put no time in myself. Everything was about the kids. Well, I'm here to tell y'all now. Y'all is grown. And I'm tired. So I'm just letting it be known. I'm not finna be nobody's punching bag. So if I come back on here tomorrow and all hell done broke loose, y'all gonna know that all hell done broke loose. You might not know all the details, but let me go back up into the chat because I'll just keep on. Ooh, I'm just, I don't know. And just imagine if you have 3 kids. Can you imagine multiplying your 3 kids by what I got going on over here? Multiplying them. So, yeah, I'm just, you listen to the communication to ensure they're not feeding your babies. Yes. Callie, when you say that, you're absolutely right. Because whenever the kids would be talking to their parents, and I'm a nosy parent like that, be trying to play everything. Listen, in common areas inside of our house, we had cameras in there. So then if we was not in those places where those kids was, we needed to see what was going on in this house to keep up with these kids and everything. So there is a lot. So when these kids was talked to their parents on the phone, there would be attitude shifts. And then you can't figure out, well, what is the attitude shift about? How did this happen? So then when you got these questions, the kids was fine before they got on the phone with you. Then you got to be trying to figure out why everything's so explosive. Why these two fighting over here now? Or what's happening? It all happened after that phone call. Baby, when I start to pay attention to those phone calls, you find out that the person on the phone call lying to the kids, which then sparked different situations. You damn straight. I'm listening to every phone call that come through here now. I'm eavesdropping. And I feel like this right here, as long as I pay for and my husband pay for that phone service that you get to call and talk to them, you don't tell me what I can and can't listen to. I can listen to whatever I want to listen to. And I won't be hiding it. I don't hide it. I didn't hide it. All of those in one. I tell them, make your damn bed how you want to. And then when they make the bed the way that they make it, and then they end up having to lay in it, then some kind of way it's your fault that they laying in the bed that they laying in. No, you ain't gonna put that on me. Because see, I done talked you through this situation and you decided not to listen to me. Even in the calmest of the time, the nicest of the moment, I'm talking you through and telling you step by step different ways that you can do it. Even telling you, not making them feel down by telling them things that I did myself and why the way that you're doing it is not going to work for you. And maybe you should try it this way. And even sometimes not even giving them what the answer is, just making them think about how is that going to help you get to what it is your destination is. Is that moving you forward or is that setting you back? You have to make those decisions for your own self. And then when stuff blow up and everything, then they figure out a reason to make you responsible for what it is that's happening to them. So it's like, you all will not believe all of the phone calls that I have gotten today. So now it's my responsibility. The baby and the mom hasn't been heard from. And now the person that I've been trying to get rid of forever and a day, now I need to help figure out where this is happening. It's like the craziness of it all. I mean, it's just boom, boom, boom. And those of y'all who know. And just imagine, I can promise y'all on everything, I only give y'all 5% of what's really, really happening. 5%. And if no joke, 5%. Imagine 14 coming at you in different ways. And not all 14 of them, because some of them is like, I got this, Mom. I ain't worried about it. I watched when you were raising us. I used some of those very same tactics. You know what I love when I hear the ones that say that they were paying attention to what worked and what didn't work and how you can work around those things. But you got ones that just want you to give them all of the answers, and you done gave them every answer and still they don't want to hear nothing you got to say. I have a sister that dumps on my parents. She wears my mama down. Listen, Callie, in that situation right now, I'll definitely be encouraging. Cut them off. And you know what? One thing is a lot of people deal with you raising the kid and the mama and the daddy them get to tag along and try to tell you everything to do. If I'm the one doing the raising over here, you can go on somewhere because you ain't running nothing over here. Now, what you can do is you can get them and you can do what you need to do if you're capable of doing that. And Kelly, I just thought about that. You had asked earlier, and what I was trying to say was, I never try to take away anybody's parental rights. Actually, I never took not through the court system. Yes, I actually did. With my sisters and brothers, I went through the court system with them. But that was easy. I didn't have to do a whole bunch of stuff because, in my words, the daddy wasn't shit. So, and that's how I feel about it right now. That's how I'm bringing it tonight. So, and the judge made a decision, so he made that real easy. My mom had done passed away, so it wasn't much that I needed. It wasn't much I needed to do about it. But yeah, sometimes they come and dump their kids off on you, and then they still come there and do whatever it is that they want to. No, baby, I ain't gonna take care of your kid and take care of you too. You can go head on about your business and do what it do. And it don't mean that I ain't gonna be praying for you on the flip side, but you can't be here. Ms. Collins said, yes, I understand this. We can't sugarcoat everything for our kids. The truth is what they need. I don't bite my tongue, even if it hurts feelings. I say what I say, period. Callie, that's where I am right now. It's like, listen, I'm willing to hear you out or whatever, but your mistakes and all of that stuff, you are not finna make them mine. No, ma'am. If I gotta be accountable for the things that I do, the things that I have did and everything, and I don't mind doing that. I don't mind doing that. Taking accountability for the things that I do. You gonna take your accountability too. So, girl, you said about for growing with us, and there is so much that I got on my head right now. It's just this is like get it up off you before it's bedtime, before you lay your head down tonight. Set your bounds, fall in line or out. Absolutely. Then I have one that, and this is not something that just began. One of my aunts, when I told y'all about one of the stories about one of my aunts. I asked her, can I get one of the kids not one of the kids, but can I get her kids? Because prior to me moving to Orlando, they used to live with me. But at a point in my life, I felt like I don't mind taking care of the kids, but I ain't taking care of no grown folks. I ain't gonna do that. I'm getting up, going to work every day. You staying here chilling in my house. My husband going to work. All that. No, we not gonna do that. So we decided we coming here. We came here, and I asked for them because I miss the kids. Shauna loved the kids. Shauna loved the kids. You can ask anybody's kids who came and hung out over my house, honey. I will spank somebody else's kids' ass and send them back home to their mama, and their mama understand that Shauna had good intentions. What you had to be doing over there for Shauna to pop you on the ass. I'm just realizing, if you don't like that over here, because Shauna, but the kids love to come over my house because that's where they feel the love at there. I can't help it. But I didn't play around. I demanded respect when other kids came around. You know, see, I told you, I will be all over the place because I got so many things that I can just go on and on and on and on and on. But yeah, I had a kid like that came into my home and turned everything upside down. Callie, I had all of those experiences right there. Even had one that bit me one time. Honey child, I picked up the phone and there's recordings of it and everything, so I'm gonna talk about it. Bit me on my finger. Honey, 9/11. Y'all better hurry up and get here because she don't got another try. I'll be done beat up before you get here, so you better hurry up and make it here and handle this, because I don't play that. I don't do all that. We can talk and we can get down and all of that and stuff, but my kids, no. No, ma'am. No, sir. Yep, tired of being tired. Growing with Hudson, yes, I am. That's where I am right now. I'm tired of just being tired. Listen, I think I can overwhelm y'all if I just even started about to tell y'all half of the stuff. And I ain't gonna really do it because I ain't on here to get it like that. It's just that I want to come on here and talk about different situations that I know that some of this stuff that I'm going through, I know there's millions of people going through this same old thing that I'm going through. And if I feel better by coming on here venting about it, why not come on here and just go ahead and talk about it and let somebody else get it up off of them too. Ain't no closed doors or private. Hey, I know that's right. Hey, right off of what it is, Friday after next. No locked doors. Now, listen, you can ask, see Pretty Brown here. Pretty Brown know me for real, for real. She is one of those people that was there at my house, and she know how it rolled. We didn't even have no doors on the room. Nobody room but ours. That's the only room that had a door on it. Nobody. It was the real deal Holyfield over there. And Daddy did not sleep at nighttime. He walked the yard. He walked throughout the house to make sure everything was there in order. No. Ain't no games was finna be played. Not saying they ain't get away with stuff, but no. And nobody wasn't joking. And they'll never learn without their own accountability for the things that they do. Right? Fed and cursed out. Yes. She know whenever, and I'm telling you, these kids know that I never came to them with disrespect or no nothing. But baby, when they got out of line, I ain't waiting for you to go back home to your mom. I'm gonna correct you right here at my house, or you don't bring your little ass back over here no more. I really don't care. See, because I'm the kind of one that I stand to the end of the driveway, and every kid that get off the bus, that I'm going to give them a snack, ask them how they doing. I'm going to stand up to the bus stop with them in the morning. I'm going to drive the kids to school when they need to be there. I'm going to take care of other people's children, watch out for them while I'm there. That's just who I am. But I ain't finna switch it up for them. Yeah, you are the safe place. If it started raining at the park, all the kids from the park ran over to my house. If I'm gonna be your safe haven over here, I'm gonna make sure you safe when you be in here. And anything you get out of line, I'm gonna screen you with it. Period. That is just how I rolled. But I end up in these situations where people use their kids against me. And this situation started off with my aunt. It was like her making threats and stuff that, oh, if you do X, Y, and Z, I'm going to get my kids. But it would never be to your face to tell you that that's the way she felt. It always came via somebody else that she would say it in front of them so she can make sure that it get back to me. Like different things, like if I put her on child support and different stuff like that, making threats like that, oh, I'm gonna come and get my kids and everything. And for a long time, she had me afraid of coming to get her, because at a certain point, she was allowing people to watch her, certain people to watch her kids that were responsible for some of those situations that I was in as a little kid. Those people were the ones touching on me and doing different stuff to me. So yes, I'm seeing these little kids coming up, and I'm fighting with everything in me for you not to take them over there. So you're pulling on heartstrings of a person that is already traumatized. So imagine me bouncing off the wall trying to save these kids. I'm 15, 16 years old. Don't know what the hell to do. After I done gone through that long enough, bitch, you ain't gonna threaten me that you gonna take my kids. So I went to a place after a while. Bring your bad ass and come and get them. Do it. And ask me how many of them done showed up to come and pick one of them up. Not in they all turned 18 and older living here with me. So I'm telling you now, I'm in the place of, I'm ready to be all by myself. I don't need nobody but me and Jesus. That's all I need. And so now I have another one that want to play a game with me, that every time you get angry, you snatch my grandkids away from me. I'm here to say today, I don't care if I never see them again in life. God is going to grant me peace. Grant me peace to make it. And I promise you, when you cross those lines with me, it will be you that lost that. Not me. Not me. So I feel confident no matter who disagree with me or who agree with me. I feel confident in what I said because I know what I bring to the table when it comes down to that situation. But if you want to use my grandkids against me, I'm going to tell you and whoever else in front of the whole world, I don't give a damn. To my grandkids, I love you with everything in me. But grandma ain't gonna kiss nobody's ass. Nobody. I refuse to. I ain't gonna do it. So you see, if for a while I can go off on my little rants and everything, I got a whole bunch of stuff inside of me. Forever and a day since I've been a little girl, people been using kids against me. And half of these people is responsible for the shit that was happening to me. And then you gonna try to use it against me, baby. I'm a whole grown ass woman now. It ain't gonna work like that no more. It ain't gonna work. Nope. The joke is going to be on you if you think you're gonna play with me like that. And I think God took me through all the stuff that he took me through back then so I can be right where I am right now while y'all playing these games. I ain't got no time to play them. So however this finna go, tomorrow can go either really well or it can go really, really bad. But I'm praying for my ears to be able to be open and listen. Be quick to listen and slow to speak. That's what I want to do. That's what I'm asking God to do. And when we step out of this meeting, whatever happened there, all I want is peace. I don't give a damn if it blow up in smoke. All I want is peace. Period. Yeah. Man, I was talking today and we were out in the yard one night because see, we was the kind of family that if we fired up the grill, everybody just was able to come over and eat whatever we was cooking on the grill, kids and all. If we had a crab boil or something, the crab boil wasn't just for us and our children. Anybody's kids knew that if Sean and them was having something over there in their yard and everything, they automatically knew that they were invited. They just knew. And one time we were sitting out there and one of the little girls looked at my husband and literally told my husband, and him being in the same neighborhood that he had been in his whole entire life, because it's like a family-owned neighborhood. He didn't have the best track record because he was on drugs for a long time in his life. But when he began to have his own kids and stuff, that's what stopped him in his tracks. But that one of the little girls looked at my husband and said to him, "You know, you the best daddy out here in this neighborhood." And it was kind of sad to hear her say that because her mom and dad them live right there by us. Her daddy was there or whatever. And I asked her I say, well, what about your dad? She say, oh, he don't count. See, that's the kind of stuff I don't want to hear nothing about that right there. I've had somebody tell me that they mama and they grandma. No, let me tell it the right way. I've had somebody tell me that they mama ain't shit. And I've heard somebody tell me that they mama that they grandma wasn't shit either. And I start to think to myself, what does a parent have to do for your kid to be able to say that you ain't shit? Even all the stories that I done told on here about the things that that happened with my mom and everything, I can guarantee you that I can't say to you all of the things that she going through, good, bad, and the ugly. I still can't say that my mama was a piece of shit. I would never say that. So what would have to happen to a kid for them to have that story about you? See, baby, as long as ain't now one of my kids got that story to be able to say that I'm a piece of shit, I ain't worrying about the rest of it. I ain't worried about it because I know now one can't tell the story. And if you do tell the story, I'm going to be right there to eat your ass up and tell the opposite of what it is. Because this is what it is right now. This is where I am. I'm tired of all of the let me beat you down. Don't you come out and say nothing. You just let them say what they want to say. No, baby, this is the season for truth. And I'm ready to give it to you. I am. How old is your auntie? She in her 50s at this time. And still no accountability. None. But there has been a conversation, and I've let her know. I want you to get it out of your mind that you owe me anything. I've never asked for anything. And I can't even say none of my kids was a burden like that. Because when I tell you God provided everything that we needed, we would have people, I would turn people down for helping us. I got into a whole argument with some people at the school because somebody wanted to counsel my daughter one time. And I told them, no, we don't take ungodly counsel. I don't want your counseling or whatever. We can choose counsel, whatever. She got rowdy and started raising her voice. And she had, there were 7 people in there against me. And the louder she talked, the more louder I talk. And I told her, by the time that conversation was over with, I still meant what I said, and we still ain't taking this counseling, and especially not from you. By the time I finished in them, they was telling me that they wanted to do Thanksgiving and Christmas for my children. And I told them, no, thank you. No, thank you. And guess what? When I turned that down, we went home, and we didn't really do Christmas and stuff like that anyways. But somebody went to a payphone. And one of my kids can vouch for this. No, it's true. Somebody went to a payphone, came to our house and did a drive-through and left 3, the construction bags. They left 3 of them at the end of the driveway. And they called my house phone and said, it said from a payphone. They said on the phone, I just came to your house and I just dropped something off at the end of your driveway, and they hung the phone up. I say, so I told my husband, I say, hey, somebody just called here and said they dropped something off at the end of the driveway. And I say, I'm scared. I'm scared to know what it is. So he went out, to the driveway and went and looked. And then he came back in and he said, come on out here and look. We went out there. And when I tell you, and at this time, we only had 8 children. We hadn't had 14 yet. When I tell you those 3 construction bags had everything in them, and on top of it, $300 worth of gift cards. So I'm telling you, stuff like that dropped on me all the time. Been facing hard challenges forever and ever. I am somebody whose CPS has been called on me 155 times. I'm still here. You still can't call me a piece of shit parent. Ain't damn kid ever been took away. I done even walked out the, you know what, let me not encourage somebody, but see, somebody else might need to hear this tonight. Cause I done been in the hospital, and the hospital done challenged me and told me if I walk out the hospital with my baby that they'll call the people on me. Well, you better get to calling them, because I guarantee you I'm walking out of here with mine. And yes, they called them, and guess what? It couldn't do nothing. All you could do was come there, take some pictures of my babies, and then walk right on back out of here. Goodbye. I done been through hell and back. I deserve some peace in my life. Kelly, I want an RV. That's that's what my husband said when all of this, the stuff that, not the stuff happening on the outside, the outside stuff, the outside noise, you can kind of drown it out, but when it's right in your face, it's hard to drown that out. And my husband's just like, we can get an RV and just go ahead and live on the road and let them have the property. But I was like, ooh, that sounds like a good idea, because I already had done watched I be trying not to say other people's name or whatever, but I like subscribe to her. I seen I like to watch Lady Bling, go out on the road and stuff like that, and go different places and stuff, and it's just like exciting to see that happen. When you can go and you don't have to be in one place all the time. So I'm just like, that sounds real good to me. Leave all this here. But then too, I love my garden. I love growing stuff and all of that stuff. So that part of it, we can't have a whole garden rolling down the road and stuff like that. I don't guess. What you think, growing with Hudson? Possibly. They better be coming with sis. I hope they do. I hope they do. And anybody that I ain't speak to, I like to speak to everybody, but sometimes I'll be rambling on and on and on and on for a minute, and then I miss people. But hi, SK Chandler, I haven't recognized you in here earlier, so let me speak to you. Yes, Kelly, check out some video, search what you want. My survival self is out. Music and all. I miss neighborhood people like that. I know when we were there, it was fun, but after a while, it was not fun being in that type of situation, because it's almost like when you're trying to do stuff to make sure that your history doesn't repeat itself with your own family. Other people see what you're doing, and they start to get into your business, and they mind the business that does not pay them. And so it starts to get aggravating after a while, especially when all of those people in your neighborhood keep on getting in your business while shit falling apart in their own house. And that's as far as I'm going to go with that right there, because I ain't ready to touch on that yet. But that was another issue. While we gladly moved away from the family-owned neighborhood, because too many people stay up in your business that don't got nothing to do with it, and then all hell break loose in their house, and then they thinking you doing some funny voodoo stuff or something to them or whatever. And it ain't even that. It's just that I know how to pray and I know how to talk to God. That's all. And God say he'll give you something that'll make you busy enough to get out of the business that's going on in my house. And that's exactly what happened. Okay, let me move along from that right there. Nola, if someone told me that I would believe them because I know a whole lot of mamas that ain't. Yeah, but I know a couple of them. We used to live down the hall from this girl a long time ago when we lived in Gifford Gardens apartments. And I don't even know what the story behind whatever it was, but the word was back then is like they went out to the club and got so tore up, and then she came home and laid on her baby, and imagine, and the baby didn't wake up. and I can go on and on with stories like that. Stuff like that was happening around me when at the age of 6 and 7 years old and everything. It's like everything was happening around the age of 6 and 7 and keep going and going and going and going. It's just like a never ending story, you know. But I definitely enjoyed it while it was happening. But I mean, it just come a time when that season was over with and it's time to move along. Sold that property, moving along, move away from all of that, and then out to the country. I hope everything works out. Everyone have a great night. Thank you, Growing with Hudson, for joining. They ain't about you did right. Wow, sometimes I just write the adults off in my head and say it's too late for them. They already set in stone. The kids are the ones that can make a meaningful difference. Absolutely right. And it's like you trying to grasp a hold of them so that they don't carry on the same things. And it's like, even though you try to show them, it's like, listen, I need you to pay attention to this because this is an issue already in our family. So we trying to break these generational curses and stuff off that, and repeating these same things over and over again. Pay attention to that. Make sure you don't just let that just keep on happening. You got to fight against that right there. You know, you pointing the things out, and it seems like the more you point them out, it's like nobody don't hear you until it blow up into their face. And it's like, but I've been warning you forever and a day. You keep talking to me, asking me questions. I'm giving you the answers to the question, but it's like you sitting in class and I'm giving you the lesson, but you ain't paying attention. And now when you fail, it's my fault. Even though I've been standing in front of the classroom teaching and teaching and teaching, it's my fault. But child, I guess. Okay, you ain't alone. Thank you very much. I'm tired of being a slave to this too. Yeah, and the accountability. I'm telling you, a lot of this stuff that I'm going through, I'm partly responsible for setting it up that way because of the life. I've never been taught to consider myself. Never. If I want to twist my baby doll hair, somebody see me twisting my baby doll hair, come over here and let me teach you how to braid. I don't want to braid my baby doll hair. I want to twist her hair. Then they pull you over there and make you learn how to braid anyways. Okay, I learned how to braid. Now, can I go back over there and twist my baby doll hair? No, you can't go twist your baby doll hair. You got to braid like I told you to. And so it's like everything I get is like everything is, I can't think for myself. Everything I have to be controlled in those situations. So it's like, for me, it was like moving like a robot. It's like, and I didn't go to places. I even had people, it's like, people understood the task. If you wanted to hang out with Shauna, if kids weren't invited, then Shauna ain't your girl. Okay, I ain't going nowhere without my kids. I took my kids everywhere I'm going. I'm scared of people to be watching my kids, period. My husband felt the same exact way. It's a lot of people my kids wanted to spend the night with when they were younger, begged and pleaded. And God knows, I'm telling you, just about every one of those kids that my kids was asking, can they spend the night over their house? It was some stuff that was happening there that God knows. And I'm gonna just end that right there. It's just it is what it is. I can only be honest. And sometimes I was even giving my husband pushback about not allowing them to stay the night with certain people. And I have to say, thank you, Jesus, that my husband is the strong mind, has the strong mind that he actually have. Because, honey, if I would have gave too much pushback and my kids would have ended up over there, God knows what could have happened to mine. So I'm thankful that for the strong mind that my husband had and kept his kids safe in situations like that right there. And plus he knew people better than I did. Those, he been around them his whole life. He know, he paying attention. Peace is everything. Absolutely. And that's all I want growing with Hudson is peace. I ain't asking for no whole bunch of money. I ain't asking for the biggest house in the world. I ain't asking for the biggest land in the world. Give me my little piece and let me be okay. If I don't never move to another place, my little piece of land right here and my little house that we got and my little animals and stuff that I got, I'm good. All I want is peace. Peace that surpasses all understanding. Honey, I want the war to be happening on the street and it don't even faze me. Because I'm so at peace. Lord, if the bomb hit me and it's time for me to go, it's just time for me to go. I just want peace. That's all. They want those adoptable age kids, real human. Yeah, woo. Listen, I as bad as I don't trust the system, I'm even at this point, it's like I'm to the point is where I can't accept taking on somebody's kids that are refusing to do what they doing. But I also don't mind calling the system when you don't want to do that thing the right way. Hell, even though CPS was called on me 155 times, I would be a lie to say that I didn't learn something from that experience. And whatever those people was teaching me, I took it from it. What I needed, I took it and I used it, and the rest of it, I took it and threw that shit in the garbage can because I definitely didn't need it. It is what it is. But I definitely learned something. It taught me to do things in a different way. I was traumatized my own self. So you think I couldn't stand to learn some things from some other people? Absolutely. I gained some things by going through those situations. I learned how to do things differently. I learned how to talk things through so many different kinds of ways. So I'm telling you, I ain't against lighting nobody up, and I already came and told y'all anyway. I done called CPS. And I don't hide it. I'm going to put my name on the paperwork and let you know. Yes, I did it. Now, do you want to have a discussion about why I did it? I'm looking for my peace of mind. My peace. Shoot, somebody don't know how to get something under control or whatever. I'm the one. I don't mind. Baby, you over there struggling with somebody. They don't want to get themselves together. I don't mind calling 911. Oh, y'all can't straighten it out over here. I'm way over here and you can't fix it over there. I got a number that I can call and get it worked out for you. I call 911 in a heartbeat. You better ask somebody. I done did it 2 times and had somebody Baker acted a couple times. If you can't fix it over there and you calling me and you know I can't be there, I'm miles and miles away. What can I do? You all can't get it under control, then I'm going to do what I think is best. Make sure nobody don't get hurt. They say, take them on, help them out, give them some help. I can't be there. I can't be on every post to be able to help you with everything that's needed. Did I just do that? What did I do? Oh, okay. Thank you so much, Mo. I was like, what is that yellow right there? I don't see that too often, but thank you so much. Let me say, I'm going to thank you. Peace and love. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Y'all okay then, yes, let's please do. Show some love. Yes, please. Yes, that is my goal. JT show is noisy. It's you say no, it's nose. Oh yeah, it definitely is nosy. Yes, child. And I'm telling you, it was like our house was like the ice cream shop. Nobody could never get enough. The talk of the neighborhood. Everything going wrong, but nobody couldn't see nothing going good. But we was always the ones doing for the kids, cooking for the kids, having the whole park lit up, planning stuff for the kids, recording things and everything. Don't let me pull out my videos and stuff of all the things that we used to do. The pictures. how the kids will be in the house when it be raining and everything, come around the corner and turn off all the lights in the house and take a snap picture and make them think it's lighting inside the house. No, it's just, I mean, it's so many things, and I just want, like I said, I want peace. Sometimes I think kids don't recognize that after a while you grow up and it's not all about you. You have to have a little bit of consideration, is that there are 14 children. I'm hearing stuff from over here, over there. And even when your kids don't be telling you about the stuff that go on in your life, you trust and believe there's about 5 or 10 people that hang around them that's willing and that know you as the mama. They don't mind calling and telling what you're doing. You better ask somebody. I'm here to tell you. That's what I tell my kids all the time. If you're doing something and you don't want nobody else to know, the minute you open your mouth, I even said it on here the other night, you don't want nobody else to know it, don't you open your mouth and tell nobody else, because as soon as you open your mouth, it's no longer a secret. No longer a secret. Keep your stuff to your own self. You sitting around people and people watching stuff happening to you, you expect them to be blind and pretend like stuff ain't really happening. Like, no, this is reality over here. If you're going to do it, be able to stand in it and eat from the plate when somebody push it in front of you. So, peace. That's all I want is peace. And if you feel like what's going to bring you peace, you don't never want to talk to me no more. I'm sorry that you feel that way, but baby, I'm going to live in peace. I can guarantee you. What I've been doing is coming on here and venting myself. And when I get off of here, I go and close my eyes. I may not get 8 hours of sleep or whatever, because my body just don't be set up like that. I may go to bed 1 o'clock the night or the morning, whatever you want to call it. But and I'll probably be woke by 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. And sometimes I can get in a little bit better than that. It is what it is. I'm going to sleep. I ain't sitting up crying all night. So, I think I done did my my venting for tonight. And hit a little bit on the kids. Don't get it twisted that I don't love them. I absolutely do love them. I wish that we can have every great day and I didn't have to see. This another thing. Once your kids get 18 and over, and then they start feeling like they too grown for you to tell them anything and all of that, all of that good stuff, then you have to have a different way of disciplining your kids. And this is why whooping your kids don't always work. Because once they get older and stuff, what you gonna do? You can't whoop them for the rest of their life. My mama and them used to have a saying, they don't care how old you get, you ain't never too old to get a whooping. We all know that. Honey child, after a while, mama, you can't even move around like you used to no more. And then I can just go over here and sit over here in this area. You're going to have to catch me or whatever. There has to be different avenues of the way that you're going to deal with your kids. Because if you think whooping them is going to work forever and you never having no conversations with them, baby, you're going to be in for a rude awakening. So me, and I'm telling you, I grew up, nobody wasn't talking to me. I was getting touched on, great, whatever you want to say. And ain't nobody had one conversation with me about this shouldn't have happened to you. That shouldn't have happened. I'm sorry that this happened to you. All you seen was fights break out and all of this different kinds of things. So with that being said, me raising my kids and having certain conversations that was, when I tell you, so uncomfortable that I could literally, You ever had an uncomfortable feeling and you've been so nervous before that you almost feel like you can have diarrhea in any moment? And I'm just being real. You in a moment where you feel this thing in your stomach so heavy. Having conversations and stuff with my kids about sex. Oh, was I supposed to say that? Probably not. I'm sorry, YouTube. Please forgive me. Having personal conversations and stuff like that with my kids was the most uncomfortable thing in my life. But just because it was uncomfortable didn't mean that you didn't have to have those conversations and talk. I had a son that even made it harder for me to have these conversations because this boy hated for me to name body parts, what they actually call. And every time I would say it, he would just start crying. And he was just like, Mom, I hate when you say that. And I'm like, but son, that's part of your body. And of course he grew out of it now. And it's like, sometimes I regret having those conversations and stuff with him because the boy is now, he don't care what he be saying. It's like he comes straight out with it. And sometimes I just be like, boy, you need to call somebody else and talk to her because you are a little too comfortable with talking to me about eating and everything. You know what I'm saying? But those things were very uncomfortable for me. But I didn't want my kids to grow up feeling like me, like you weird about everything that you have a question about. You ain't able to ask no questions. You ain't able to do that. And when you ask, well, why can't I do that? Then you don't get to. And sometimes that was my answer to my kids. You don't get to ask me why I said you ain't doing it because you ain't doing it. But also those things come too with explanations need to be had so that kids can understand why you can't do those things. You can't always just use that same thing. So you have to have different levels of things that you do. What I would say, not different levels, but you have to have a balance of the different things that you try because everything don't work for every kid. I can't sleep when other people's kids are. Oh, and let me tell you something else too. When you speak on that right there, you have other kids stay the night at your house. Don't let other kids sleep in the bed with other kids. Listen, that right there, I don't play that. No, man. We separate. And if you don't listen, you will learn a very valuable lesson. I also learned too is why you can't put even girls in the same room that are not close in age is not even a good idea. They learn different things. People are at different age levels in their life. You can't be putting all of those different age groups and everything hanging together. There needs to be separation. And I understand that all the time everybody ain't able to do that, but I'm only telling you from experience things that I done ran into before. I don't play that right there. It's hard to, you be like watching every little thing. You got somebody else kid over there. And you know what? And still, when you be nervous like that and you still be watching it, you be watching so heavy and you still can miss some things. You don't catch everything. You'll never be perfect. But God knows if anything came up, you can know in your heart that I tried my hardest to make sure none of those things didn't happen. But, you can't win them all. But yeah, one time I bought a look and they got bigger in the wall. Oh, I lost it. I lost it at the park and it rained. I saw you the next day and you was like, what kind of party y'all had at the party? Yeah, I'm that one. Gonna ask questions. Ask them questions. Yes, ma'am. I sure will. What's the problem over here? What's going on? But you know what? It has been I feel light right now. So I think with that being said, I'm just going to my thing and let you know. For those of y'all who you don't have any food growing or anything like that over here, we are the high class gardeners over here. And that just means we grow, we grow food in our yard, because it's some hard times coming because, they got the seeds out there locked up again and their shortages gonna come up. May not be tomorrow, may not be next month, may not be in the next 2 months. But I'm telling you, those shortages gonna come down the pipeline. Get yourself prepared, grow whatever it is that you need. Stock up on you some stuff if you don't want to grow anything. But I'm telling you, the best thing to do is grow your own food because, honey, that food tastes so much better than anything that you can get from the store. So, do what you got to do for you and yours. And I'm just going to say thank you all for hanging out with Life with Tashana. I know I be all over the place and everything. And over here, this is a safe chat. You able to ask questions how you want to. Is just make sure that they're respectful and you respect other people that are in the chat because, you will be blocked over here, so, but I love conversations. I love people asking questions. And I even drop the link from time to time if somebody needed me to. But I just also wanted to say, Miss Coffee, thank you so much for getting me through my technical difficulties. And I will be rebooting this computer so we don't have these kind of problems the next time. But yeah, I appreciate it so much for talking me through. And I'm over there looking at those videos that you be doing, and I just think those fish tanks was absolutely like the prettiest thing. It was like looking at real fish in the thing, but that also brought back some things too that I'm looking at those fish. And when we used to have a fish tank, my mama didn't allow us to touch the fish tank. You weren't allowed to put your fingerprints on it and everything. But when kids see that type of stuff, you want to go up to it and press your face on it, put your lips all on it, have your nose, your oily nose print on it and everything. And so it was beautiful to look at how those fish was moving around. It's like really realistic. So I like that. But also thank you to my moderators for, coming through and learning what the game is too, y'all growing with me. Thank you so much. But I'm going to call it a night, and until next time, we don't never know what we coming on here to talk about, but hopefully tomorrow I can come back on here and say all is well and that it didn't turn out for the worst. But again, I said, all I want is I want peace. And I hope that that's what everybody else wants too. Peace. So good night, you all. And again, thank you so much for that. Thank you so much. You all have a good night. And thank you all for chilling out with Shauna tonight. Hope I said something that can help you along the line. Talk to y'all the next time.